In the last episode of this series, we looked at how in a single year, Minecraft went from a very basic sandbox to a basic survival game with tools, crafting, and a day-night cycle. But how did Minecraft go from this basic survival game to the large expansive world with villagers, biomes, and enchanting? Well, this all happened in the year 2011. So today, let us dive deep to look at the timeline of the year that completely changed Minecraft. But before I begin, if you haven't seen the episode about 2010, don't worry, it is not required for this episode, but please do check it out after this one for deeper info. Anyways, let us begin. To quickly recap, Minecraft was first released on the TigSource forums on May 17, 2009. 2 weeks later, multiplayer was added, starting the Classic phase of development. You can check out my video about Classic for more information, but all you really need to know is that it just had breaking and placing. Anyways, Classic would continue on for another 6 months till New Year's 2010 when Minecraft entered in-dev phase of development. In-dev was when Minecraft solely entered survival mode and added features such as crafting, tools, farming, the day-night cycle, and more. In-dev would be updated till March 2010 when the game entered InfDev. InfDev added features such as minecarts, dungeons, and most importantly, infinite world generation. InfDev would be updated till June when the game entered alpha, and a month later in July, survival multiplayer was added to the game. In August, Minecraft exploded in popularity on YouTube, getting millions upon millions of views, and in the following months, Notch would create Mojang as an actual company. The final updates of 2010 would see the creation of the Nether, fishing, and most importantly, a color palette change for grass and leaves. And finally, on December 20th, Minecraft would enter beta. Mojang now had 5 developers, and Minecraft itself had a full-out community with music videos, mods, and hundreds of active servers. To begin, on January 12, 2011, Minecraft would hit 1 million copies sold, and the next day, Minecraft would see its first major update since October, adding squids, lapis, cake, spruce, and birch trees. Also added was sandstone, which came from a mod for alpha, dyes, and note blocks, which in the days after the update's release would see its first song recreations. A month later, on February 21st, a proper launcher was added to the game, which yes, Minecraft did have a launcher before, but it was very rudimentary, and now had an update changelog and allowed auto login. This version of the launcher would stay for the next 5 years. A day after this, slabs, repeaters, and beds were added. Beds now could skip the day-night cycle, starting a debate within the community asking if it ruins the game. But on the other hand, repeaters were a massive addition for the redstone community, now allowing for bigger and more efficient contraptions. A week later, on February 27th, Industrial Craft would be released, which many people regard as the first tech mod, allowing players to completely automate their world. A month later, on the 31st of March, would see the addition of wolves and cookies. And a day later, Minecraft would see its first full-out April Fool's prank, adding a lock chest which would take the player to a website called the Minecraft Store, which was a parody of Team Fortress 2's Manco Store. 2 weeks later, on April 15th, saplings for spruce and birch, new real types, and achievements were added to the game. Achievements, at least at this point, were to be tied into a quest system which Notch was going to add later on, but as we all know, it never came. Going into May, on May 23rd, Now That's What I Call Minecraft was released on the Minecraft forums. This was, at least as far as I know, the first true mod pack. However, it would be quickly shut down due to not getting permission from mod creators. But following this, other mod packs such as Yogbox, Amazocraft, and later and most important of all, Technic, would all be created, citing Now That's What I Call Minecraft as its main influence. 2 days later, on May 25th, a Mojang employee named Daniel Kaplan showed off the first version of Minecraft Pocket Edition, which at this time would only be for the Xperia Play. A day after this, maps, trapdoors, and new grass types would be added to the game. But most interesting of all, the Nether would finally be able to enter it in multiplayer. Mojang would also announce that they would go to E3 to show off Minecraft-related news. 2 weeks later, E3 begins, and on June 6th, Minecraft is announced for the Xbox 360, though a release date is nowhere to be found. 3 weeks later, on June 25th, shears and pistons were added to the game, but also to be noted is that cobblestone and bricks had their textures changed. Over the next 10 days, there would be a few more bug fixes, most famously patching the piston duplication glitch, and finally ending with beta 1.7.3 on July 8th. Minecraft at this point sat around 2 million copies sold, with over 10 million registered players on the free web version, but Minecraft was now about to once again change forever. Now before starting this section, let me explain how I'm going to be laying it out. So we will start with the things that were officially released between July 8th and September 14th. Then we will go into important community moments between this time, then teased features during this time, and then finally go into the update itself. To begin, on August 11th, Minecon, which is supposed to be a convention for the game, was announced to be taking place on November 18th. 5 days later, on August 16th, the first version of Minecraft Pocket Edition was released for the Xperia Play. This was basically just a port of Classic, but with the blocks from beta. Community-wise, on July 22nd, the Aether mod was finally released. And at this point, it was the largest mod ever made, and is regarded as the greatest mod ever for its sheer scale and influence on the modding community. Nearly a month later, on August 15th, the first fully animated music video was made by the Yogscast. However, this was quickly overshadowed by Captain Sparkle's Revenge 4 days later on August 19th. Revenge is extremely important since before that, Minecraft music videos really just consisted of a player being animated onto a Minecraft world. However, Revenge was completely animated from the ground up, from the background to the player models themselves, thus starting Minecraft's second wave of music videos and animations. For teased features, on July 19th, Notch would show off Hunger for the first time, sparking controversy within the Minecraft community, which still goes on to this day. A week later on July 26th, Endermen were shown off for the first time. And a month after that, on August 28th, Sprinting was announced, followed by a showcase video. There's probably so much more that I've missed, but we really don't have all day to go over all of it anyways. Finally, on September 14th, the Adventure update was released, which I won't go into too much detail about since Salsy1 already made a really good video about it. But to begin, it added completely new world generation with 7 new biomes and had oceans and rivers. The before mentioned Hunger, Sprinting, and the Enderman were all also added, which the Enderman for 2 weeks was able to pick up every block in the game. Other new mobs such as the Silverfish and Cave Spider were also added, and new structures such as the Stronghold, Mineshaft, and Village were all also added but were abandoned except for the Mineshaft. Outside of all of that, creative mode, 6 new food items, tons of new blocks, a FOV and brightness slider, bows were actually able to be drawn, and a lot more smaller things were all added to the game. This was by far the biggest update in Minecraft's entire history up to this point, and still to this day is. At the end of this video, I will talk more about my views on this update and its importance to Minecraft overall. Anyways, from September 22nd to November 14th, weekly updates were released. These are kind of a weird and possibly the most overlooked era of Minecraft's history, since they added so much but never had the importance of a full-out release. They were kind of like modern Minecraft snapshots, but officially labeled pre-releases for Beta 1.9. And Beta 1.9 itself would be scrapped for what I will describe later, so I will describe what was added when we get there. During this, on October 13th, Pocket Edition was released for Android, and a month later, on November 17th, it would be released for iPhones. The day after this, Minecon began, and was attended by hundreds of YouTubers, all of the Mojang devs, and thousands of fans. It was by far the biggest community event in the game's history up to this point. But soon after the start of Minecon, Notch would officially release Minecraft in Update 1.0, ending the beta phase of development. Update 1.0 is the second biggest update in Minecraft's history, adding the End Dimension, Villagers, Blazes, 2 new biomes, enchanting, potions, and so much more. If 1.8 was the update that created modern Minecraft, 1.0 was the update that expanded it into what it would be today. However, these 2 updates set a standard, which I will talk more about at the end of this video. Before continuing on, one last thing about Minecon 2011, it was also important since it had the first gameplay of the Xbox 360 edition and even allowed players to have a hands-on experience with the game. 6 days after Minecon, on November 24th, the first official snapshot was released from Minecraft. These snapshots would massively change the game, as now players could see what is coming next on a weekly basis and even play and test new features while also building hype. A week later on December 1st, Notch officially stepped down as the lead developer of Minecraft to focus on other projects. Notch would still be in Mojang till 2014 when he left and sold the company to Microsoft. The game by the end of 2011 had sold over 4 million copies and was one of the, if not the biggest game on the internet. And that pretty much concludes the story of Minecraft in 2011. Overall, 2011 was the year that Minecraft changed from a basic sandbox survival game to it being a large, expansive survival world. The game was not anymore just about collecting some tools, making a home, and surviving the night. It was about doing all of those things and exploring a giant world with tons of new structures, mobs, and items. And game development wise, it also changed massively. From just adding a new block and item each update to adding an entire new dimension with new gameplay features and mobs. Each update from Beta 1.8 on had to be massive and had to be something for everyone. This year changed things so much that everything before Beta 1.8 and Beta 1.9 feels kind of like a different game, and who knows if we will ever see anything like it again. Anyways, before I conclude this video, I want to announce that next week I may be doing some streaming. I plan to do a stream called Race to the Aether, where I play a Beta 1.7 mod pack called Mango, and I basically try to get to the Aether as fast as possible, and then try to defeat every boss in the Aether as fast as possible too. Outside of that, I plan to stream Reindev in my Better Than Adventure server, so if you would be interested, join the Discord for updates on that. And well, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, and if you already are, please comment and share. Have a good day, and goodbye.